lovers, welcome to another video. Today is my end of the year wrap up. I'm just going to spend a little bit of time talking about some of my favorites that I've read or watched this year. Kind of maybe discuss some of my least favorites if I've had any, or things I just haven't enjoyed as much as maybe others have. And I'm going to kind of look ahead to what's going on next year, kind of the future of this channel, where I'm going to go, what I plan to do next year. So yeah, it's going to be a fun little video. It's not going to be a long one. It's just more of to tell y'all what I really enjoyed about this past year, what I've read. So yeah, I'm really excited for this video. So I'm going to go ahead and jump right into it. And I'm going to discuss some of my favorite anime that I've watched this year. So I watch anime most of what I do. I do read and I do read manga, but I do watch more anime than what I read. Anime is just something I've always watched growing up, and it's going to continue to be something I watch as I go forward. I'm definitely not giving that up because I find an immense joy in it, and I love the storytelling. I love the different types of stories you can get in anime. It's just so versatile. So I'm going to talk about some of my favorites I've watched this year. This year was a big year for anime. I know we've had a lot, like from Attack on Titan to Demon Slayer to 86, and a lot of anime has come out this year. Some have been really underrated, some maybe overrated, but there's been a couple that has just really stuck with me that I'm super excited to tell y'all about. Of course, like Attack on Titan and Demon Slayer were like the biggest ones I would say this year, like in terms of maybe animation and storytelling or reveals, especially Attack on Titan. And I do really love both of those series. I'm so excited for Demon Slayer to be coming back in April next year. We just got that announcement. I'm really excited for it to return. And Attack on Titan, of course, I'm ready for part 3 of the final season to come out. That being said, my top 5 doesn't include either of those. And my top 5 kind of surprised me when I was writing them out, because there's been so many that I've watched this year and a lot that I've really enjoyed. And when I was going through my top 5, I was like, no, yeah, this is it. This is the top 5 that I've watched this year. One Piece made the list. I'm sure that's not a surprise to any of you, especially with all my reviews I've been doing over One Piece. Yes, One Piece made the list. It's the top of the list. The best anime I've watched this year, and I'm so late on getting to it, but I'm so happy to be part of the One Piece fandom now and to be going on this One Piece journey. It is truly an amazing story. The storytelling is amazing, the characters are amazing, and it's such a good story, such a fun adventure, even though it breaks my heart at times. I'm currently in Water 7 and my heart is breaking. That Water 7 review is gonna be hard to make, I'm just gonna say. But yes, One Piece is the top of the list. One of my favorites I've watched this year. The next one is 86. 86 is such a treat. I loved the anime adaptation. That's what got me into reading the light novels. Oh my goodness, the music, the voice acting, and just the story itself. The story is so incredible. 86 blew me away, and I can't help but go back and rewatch that anime. It's so amazing, and I highly recommend it for anybody who hasn't seen it. And my third one is Ranking of Kings. Boji is the best boy. Oh my goodness, I love Boji and I love Kage. If y'all haven't seen Ranking of Kings, I highly recommend it. It has such a complex storyline, and the characters are really complex. There's nothing black and white about any of the situations or any of the characters. There are some deep-rooted issues and deep-rooted problems that all of these characters are going through, and the resolution that they have and the development that they get throughout the show is so awesome. But I really enjoyed Ranking of Kings, and I love Boji. He's such a great character, a protagonist, because he's so easy to root for. So easy to root for and follow and want to see him succeed. The fourth one is, again, one I was super late on watching. I don't know why I waited this long to watch it, but Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. That's such a fantastic show. Wow. The circular storytelling, how everything connects together, the characters, the villains, the whole arc in general. Oh, it was so amazing. I see why it's so highly praised and considered one of the best animes of all time. It was amazing. I'm wanting to read the manga soon just to see like how closely the story kept to the manga and see if there was anything missing. But wow, was that anime amazing. I really loved that. And the last one, which is a very big surprise to me, because when I watched the first episode of this show, I was not sold. I was not sure I was even gonna like it. But the more I watched it, I am just in love with this series. It is Blue Lock. Blue Lock has taken over my Saturdays along with some of the other ones that are currently airing on Saturdays, like My Hero Academia, Spy Family, Raven of the Inner Palace. Those are like my normal Saturday watches. But oh my goodness, I love Blue Lock. It is a surprising sports anime, and for someone who likes soccer to a degree but has never really like gotten fully invested in it, this show makes me want to get invested into soccer. It's so good. I love the animation, I love the characters, and just the plot in general is so interesting. This one really surprised me because it's not even done airing like the first season, so it surprised me that it made my top 5 of the year. But it does. It's just so good. So good. I am just having such a fun time watching it. Some honorable mentions would be Spy Family. I'm gonna read the manga after this next season finishes airing. I'm gonna read the manga from then on. But Spy Family started off really high on my list, and then it kind of started going down a little bit. But it's still really good. But I mean, Raven of the Inner Palace is probably another honorable mention because I'm really loving that one. I think that one is very underrated. Bibliophile Princess would be another one that I say is kind of underrated that doesn't get a lot of talk about. But yeah, I'd say those 3 are kind of my honorable mentions. They don't quite make the list, like along with Attack on Titan and Demon Slayer, but they're still up there. They're still up there for me. Now, some of my favorite manga that I've read this year, as if it's going to be a surprise to anyone, Skip Beat. I only own the first 21 volumes of this, and I've been reading the rest online until I can buy the physical copies because I want every single copy of the series. But oh my gosh, I am in love with this story. This story is so good. It's my favorite manga of all time. It's been my favorite manga for years. I love reading more of it every year. It continues to get better and better for me. I love following Kyoko on her journey on this story that she's going through and how she gets to be this actress. And I'm going to be making videos. I'm going ahead and skipping ahead right here, but I am going to be making videos about Skip Beat next year because I have so much to talk about with this series. It's so good and highly underrated. I want more people to read Skip Beat. Even if you're not a big fan of romance, I get it. Even if you're not a huge fan of romance, I think you would really like this series because even though this is a romance series per se, romance isn't the main focus. It just kind of happens as the story goes on, and I think that's why I really like this one. Another one of my favorite mangas that I've read, of course, is Bungo Stray Dogs. Wow. This series ongoing, and it's coming back. The 4th season is being aired on January 4th. I am so excited for the 4th season of this. It is going to be insane. As a manga reader, this is gonna be insane. But I love this story so much. The manga is so incredible, and it is very different from the anime. I will say that it is very different from the anime. This story is incredible. The characters are so complex. I don't know if I could say all of the characters that I love named because spoilers, but you get introduced to him in the first chapter, so I will say this. I love Dazai. I would, even if you've seen the anime, I would highly recommend reading the manga because it's so amazing. It's so much better. But I am so excited for season 4 to see how they adapt this next part of the manga. The next one, it's not necessarily a manga, it's a light novel, but 86 is another one of my favorites. I love the light novel form because you still get a pretty graphic picture. I don't know if I can show that one. I just flipped to the first picture I found. Oh, I can't show that one either. That one's a spoiler. Okay, so I can't show any of the pictures that are in here. I would highly recommend reading 86. It is... I don't have enough praise for this light novel series. It is amazing. I love Shin and I love Lena. The characters in here are so compelling and they are just so fascinating to follow, to see like the inner workings of their minds, their struggles, how they continue to fight in a war that seems so hopeless. Oh my goodness, I love 86. And then of course, the other favorite manga, the last one on my list, is One Piece. So I took everyone's advice and have started reading One Piece. I am almost caught up to where I am in the anime, so that has helped out a lot. The manga is so good. It's so cool. The art style, Oda has such an amazing art style. It's very creative and expressive. I love his art style. It makes it fun to read. And I love the manga. The manga is so good. There's not any like fluff to it. It just goes straight to the point, and I really like that because in animes things tend to get drawn out because you have to fill like a certain time. So I do understand that, and it's fine. It doesn't really bother me that much, but there is something really special about seeing the pacing of the manga and how things are originally supposed to be, and there's nothing censored, there's nothing taken away or added. Man, I'm really loving the One Piece manga. It is so good. I'm going to talk about a couple of my favorite books. So recently I've really gotten back into reading. There was a time where I kind of took a break away from reading, and now that I'm stepping back into it, I've been reading a lot this year. And I've read quite a few books this year, but there's only two, maybe three that I would say were my favorites of this year. The others were good, like don't get me wrong. I haven't read a book. I read one book this year that I hated. I'm not even gonna talk about it. But other than that, all the other books I've read this year have been really good and I've enjoyed them, but I wouldn't say they would join my favorites list besides these two. So the first one is The Wicked Sister. This one honestly surprised me. I did not expect to enjoy this one as much as I did. It's a psychological thriller. There's some mystery aspects to it. It can get a little graphic and it is very dark in certain scenes, so I understand if this book is not for everyone. But I really enjoyed this one. This book was really good and I loved the back and forth that you get, because you get two perspectives in this book. I'm not going to say whose because that's a spoiler, but you get two perspectives in this book, and I love going back and forth between them and this truth that unravels throughout the entirety of the book as you like get to realize the inner workings of someone's mind, and it's very complex, and the dynamic of this family is so muddled and messy. I can't wait to pick up another one of Karen Dion's books. I think I'm going to try to read The Marsh King's Daughter next because I haven't read that one. But I really do love The Wicked Sister. This one was probably my most surprising read this year, but it was my favorite read this year by far. Another one I've read this year that's my favorite, I read the entire Court of Thorns and Roses series because it was recommended to me by my cousin, so I went ahead and read the series so we could talk about it. It was just a fun thing. And it was a good series, but my favorite of them was the very last one, A Court of Silver Flames. Oops. I don't really care much for any explicit scenes. I skip those. I don't really care for them. That's not why I read these books. That's not why I read any book, really. I don't like those scenes. But in A Court of Silver Flames, what I liked is because my favorite character in this entire series is Nesta. And because we got an entire book dedicated to her perspective, this one was just naturally my favorite. And I really did enjoy it. I was surprised by how much I enjoyed this book. It became one of my favorites I've read this year. Nesta is just a very impressionable character on me. I enjoyed reading about her, and I'm not going to say anything like for spoilers' sakes, but I really enjoyed the thorough dive into Nesta's mindset and her issues, her powers, and all of that. So that was my other favorite book that I've read this year. I haven't really had a lot of least favorites. There's been maybe one or two shows that I've stopped watching because they're just like not for me. I know a lot of other people enjoy them, but I don't enjoy it as much. One of those for me was Chainsaw Man. I was looking forward to it, but it just isn't really my type of show, so I've kind of put that to the side. But I know a lot of other people really like it, and I hope they continue to like it. It's just not for me. I mean, there's been, yeah, a couple anime like that I've kind of stopped watching, either because I forgot about it and lost interest, or just it wasn't really for me, and I just kind of moved along to another one that I was really interested in watching. That happens every now and again. I'll just get more interested in a show and I'll stop watching the one that doesn't interest me as much. So yeah, I just gave one example. There's been a couple others like that this year. Book-wise, I have finished all the books I started this year. Paperback and hardback wise. I'm not going to talk about my Kindle library. We're not going to talk about how many books I haven't finished reading on there. Because some books, they start off so good and the end just there's been a couple that I'm really struggling with getting to the ending on, because it's just the ending's either dragging or they're trying to make too much happen too fast, and it's too much for me, so I just kind of put them aside and wait till I can get to a point where I want to read it. So there's been a couple like that this year. Manga-wise, I've loved all the manga I've read this year, and I love the light novel I've read this year. So I have no complaints or issues with manga. So for next year, I am really going to be getting back into reading more books, because I have missed reading books. And I will say a big thank you to the ACOTAR series for that, because it did get me back into reading after my reading slump. I had a very long reading slump. So I am grateful to that series for getting me back into reading, and that's kind of like kickstarted a bunch of reading that I've been doing. So I'm really excited to move forward in reading. I have a couple planned books already that I'm going to be reading. I'm starting Brandon Sanderson's Stormlight Archives with A Way of Kings. It's right there on my shelf. I've already started it. I'm working my way through it. This is my first Brandon Sanderson novel, so I'm really excited to read it because I've heard a lot of high praise for his writing and his books, especially this one. So I'm going to start reading that one because my brother is reading them as well, so I'm hoping to kind of catch up to him so we can buddy read it together because that'll make it so much easier. I am going to pick up The Marsh King's Daughter, another one by Karen Dion, because I really do enjoy the way she writes. So I'm going to pick that one up to read as well. So there's a couple that I am definitely planning on reading. And I have some definite books like in my to be determined list and to be read list that I am planning on working through in the next year. But I'm also very open for suggestions. If y'all have some books that y'all think I would enjoy based on what y'all see me do reviews over or talked about in any of my videos, let me know down below what books y'all would recommend, because I'm very open to suggestion on what to read for the next year. I'll just kind of pick through them, read the summaries, kind of see if it's something I would enjoy. For mangas, I'm definitely going to continue reading One Piece. I'm very much enjoying this show. I love it very much. I'm also going to continue reading Bungo Stray Dogs, and I will be watching the anime when it comes out in January. That's going to be so much fun. Let's see. I'm going to continue reading Skip Beat. Basically, any manga that's not completed yet, I'm going to continue to read. I took a break from Yona of the Dawn, so I think I'm going to pick Yona of the Dawn back up and read that one again. I might do some videos on that. I'm definitely going to do some videos about Skip Beat, so be on the lookout for that. And I'm going to pick up Spy Family. I'm going to pick back up in Hunter x Hunter and like go through the Succession War arc and kind of go through the new chapters as they come out. So that's really exciting. I'm so glad Hunter x Hunter is back from hiatus. But Togashi, please take care of yourself. I doubt he's ever going to see this video, but Togashi, please take care of yourself, sir. Your health comes first. We can wait. So that's kind of what it's looking at right now, like I'm in terms of what I'm going to read. What I'm going to watch, of course, seasonal anime is always going to come out. I'm going to pick up some of those. I'm going to continue going through my watch list and trying to knock some of those out instead of just rewatching ones I always rewatch, because I end up rewatching like Fairy Tail or Fruits Basket. So I'm going to try to work through some of my watch lists. If y'all have anime that are coming out that y'all would like me to watch and make a video about, please let me know. I'm always really late somehow on animes that are coming out until I see announcements of them. So if y'all see it before I do, let me know. I'd be totally down to watch some new anime. Video-wise, you'll be seeing more book reviews coming out, especially as I'm getting back into reading more, and I'm still going to continue the One Piece reviews. I'm probably going to do more manga-based videos, like for Skip Beat, possibly Yona the Dawn, Spy Family, Bungo Stray Dogs. If y'all are interested in that, let me know. I also might be doing more Hunter x Hunter videos. I'll also be doing more of like a mix of the three that I consume most frequently, so books, manga, and anime. I might do some more videos around those three, so those will be coming out further into the future. I might go into tropes a bit further or look at characters more closely, start doing character studies. A couple of y'all have asked if I was going to do like a video on Luffy from One Piece, and yes I am. I am going to wait until I at least get through maybe Water 7, the saga, not just the arc, through that entire saga before maybe I do a Luffy video. But eventually I would want to do a video over all the Straw Hats because they are fantastic and I love them. I might also do a video specifically on Found Family and talk about like One Piece or Fairy Tail. I might do a video on Fairy Tail if that's what y'all want. I'm kind of in the planning phase for next year, trying to figure out what I want to do, what I'm going to continue to do. So if y'all have any suggestions, recommendations, videos that y'all would like to see me do, please let me know down below. I'd love to see what y'all would want to see from me. I think I phrased that right. Y'all know what I mean. So that's my end of the year wrap up. I hope y'all have enjoyed it. I'm really looking forward to next year because there's a lot of books I'm going to read, there's a lot of anime I'm going to watch, and there's a lot of manga I'm going to read. So I am very happy and am looking forward to next year. Next year is going to have a whole lot of new things, both for me personally and for this channel. So I am very excited about that. And just a huge thank you for y'all's support this year. Y'all are amazing. Thank y'all so much for just supporting me and coming on this channel with so much love. I enjoy y'all immensely. I love talking about One Piece with y'all. I love talking about anime or manga or books. I love all of that so much. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope y'all have a fantastic holiday season, and I will see you next time, scholars. Bye!